This is the CDL General Knowledge Exam, questions and answers, practice, study, and prep. To make a tight turn with a large vehicle, you may have to make the turn more slowly than many non-commercial drivers would expect. With a pressurized cooling system, you should not remove the radiator cap until the cooling system has cooled. What is a danger when traveling alongside other vehicles? You may be trapped in your lane when you need to change lanes. How far ahead should you look while driving? You should look 12 to 15 seconds ahead of you while driving. If you are turning left, what lane should you use of two left turn lanes? Use the lane on the right hand. What can happen if you do not have enough weight on the steering axle? This can make the vehicle hard to steer. While making a turn, you should look in your mirrors to make sure that the rear of your trailer will not hit anything. As a commercial driver, with respect to your cargo, what are you responsible for? Inspecting your cargo and knowing that it's securely tied down and or covered. If the cargo contains any hazardous materials, you must check to see if placards are required. What is a problem you can have when using your mirrors? There are blind spots that your mirrors cannot show you. What is the minimum amount of tread depth that your tires should have? 4/32 of an inch on the front wheel tires and 2/32 of an inch on all other wheel tires. A pre-trip inspection should be performed before each trip. When going downhill in a vehicle with automatic transmission, you should select a low range to get greater engine braking. What are some things you should avoid if you're being tailgated? Avoid quick changes of speed or direction. To be sure you know what is happening on the highway ahead of you, don't focus too long on your mirrors. Exhaust system parts should not rub against fuel system parts, tires, or other moving parts of the vehicle. How do you test hydraulic brakes for their stopping action? Go about 5 miles per hour and then push the brake pedal firmly. A good rule of thumb for using turn signals is, if you don't have self-counseling turn signal indicators, remember to turn them off after you complete a turn. When traction is poor, such as in rain or snow, how should you speed up? Very gradually. Where do you place the 3 reflective triangles on a divided highway? Place them all to the rear, within 10 feet, 100 feet, and 200 feet. How often should you inspect cargoes? Or how often should cargo inspections be made? After every break during driving. When driving over 40 miles per hour, how much space should you try to keep in front of your vehicle? At least 1 second for 10 feet of your vehicle length plus 1 second. What is a vehicle condition report? It's a list of problems that you find. What should you do before you drive if you are feeling drowsy? Get some sleep. What are 2 of 3 good rules for using your turn signal indicators? Signal early and signal continuously. Before starting down a hill, you want to be sure that you are going in the proper gear, so you downshift before starting down the hill. How does tire pressure affect hydroplaning? Hydroplaning is more likely to occur when tire pressure is low. When should you help out other drivers by signaling that it is safe for them to pass? Never. Never use your signals to let others know it is safe to pass. What is probably your best driving speed? Traffic is moving at 35 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. 35 miles per hour is probably your best driving speed. Turned on brake retarders apply their pressure whenever you let up all the way on the accelerator pedal. What is the minimum number of tie downs that you should have? You should have at least 2 tie downs. Why should you turn off retarders when the road is wet or covered with snow? They could cause your vehicle to skid. Slight melting will make ice wet. Which is more slippery? Wet ice is more slippery. At dawn or dusk, in rain or snow, when it is difficult for other drivers to see you, you might turn on your low beam headlights. Since air pressure increases with temperature increases, you should leave tires alone that are warm, since the air pressure inside of them will decrease when the tires cool. Speed limits that are posted at freeway off-ramps may not be safe speeds for larger vehicles or heavily loaded vehicles. How do you test hydraulic brakes for a leak with the vehicle stopped? Pump the brake pedal 3 times and then apply firm pressure and then hold for 5 seconds. When merging with other traffic, you should use your mirrors to make sure that the gap in the traffic is large enough for your vehicle to enter. What are some steering system defects to look for? Missing nuts, bolts, or cotter keys. The amount of space you need to cross or to enter traffic is affected by the weight of your load. How many times more distance does it take to stop when your speed is doubled? About 4 times. What are 2 factors in knowing when to shift? That would be engine speed and road speed. If you have to stop your vehicle in the road to load cargo or passengers, you should flash your brake lights to warn drivers behind you. Why do empty trucks usually require greater stopping distances? Empty trucks can balance and lock up their wheels. What is the only way to stop a front wheel skid? Let the vehicle slow down, stop turning, and stop braking so hard. What is important about the center of gravity of a load? A high center of gravity means you are more likely to tip over the vehicle. Must you show your logbooks to officers? Yes. Before putting tire chains on your vehicle to check, be sure that the chains have no broken hooks, crosslinks, or bent or broken side chains. If you think that a tire has blown out, what should you do in stopping your vehicle? Hold steering wheel firmly and don't touch the brakes until the vehicle has slowed down. What is black ice? Black ice is a thin layer of ice so clear that you can see the road underneath it. As soon as you see your trailer getting off the proper backing path, you should turn the top of the steering wheel in the direction of the drift.